I'm warning you, I still have a grey face. Alright, as you guys know, I'm pre-recording at the minute. Okay, I'm prepping up. I'm doing some recording in advance, and that means that Demise for me still hasn't finished. I still don't know who's won Demise. Alright, I still don't know. Which is kind of exciting. All of you will have known about what happened in Demise. All of you hopefully will have seen this wondrous machine actually functioning, and I'm hoping that it has functioned well. I'm imagining that now I might be one of the only members of the Hermitcraft server now with a weird skin. Like, I have to be. I'm going to be coming back to the server in a couple weeks' time, and I'm going to be like... I'm going to be the only desaturated one here. Everyone else is going to be cruising around with their regular skins. I'm going to look ridiculous. Anyway, today's Hermitcraft episode is going to be one that I like to do every now and again throughout the series. I feel like it's important because I'm a fairly chaotic Minecraft player, that every now and again I do a big base cleanup episode where basically I go throughout my base and I fix up all of the things that have kind of gone wrong with it throughout the time that I've been playing, because I'm a fairly chaotic player. You know, I'm talking creeper holes. There's a big old creeper hole right there. I'm talking little redstone glitches that have come up that we can try our best to fix. I'm talking just a little bit of everything, shulker box cleanups, all that sort of stuff. So that is what today is going to be dedicated to. It's not exactly the most glamorous of all episodes, I have to say, but it's important, and also it's often quite a bit of fun. So, project number one is actually to fix up this creeper hole. This happened the other day, and it literally almost blew me into space. I was stood here, just going through my shulker boxes, and he absolutely destroyed me. Where is that water coming from? That makes absolutely zero sense as to why there's water there. Now, to do this, of course, we're going to need a bunch of quartz, so I thought I would come down to these villages right here, and I realized I haven't actually fully upgraded these villages yet, so that they display quartz trades. Some of them do, but some of them don't. So I thought I'd spend some time upgrading them, given this is the big base cleanup. That is part of the cleanup. And let me tell you, the whole process is not cheap. I've gone through a ton of emeralds already. But now that these guys are fully upgraded, it is considerably faster gathering up quartz. I mean, I've almost run out of my stash of emeralds here. But we're up to what? Nearly 2 stacks already? That's easy. This technique actually makes it viable to build an entire base out of quartz. Can you imagine how crazy that would be? So that's about 3 jobs completed right there. We managed to patch up the creeper hole, and we managed to get our villagers fully traded up, and we managed to get a bunch of quartz as well. Right, let's clear out all of these items from my inventory, because I do not want to be throwing that in there, because that would be disappointing. I'll definitely get that lost. So let's get rid of these, and then I'm also going to do a quick shulker box clear up. So that one... yeah, that definitely doesn't need to be there. I don't know why I thought that needed to be there, so let's chuck that away. Yeah, all of these are just junk. Now that this place is looking cleaner and all of my shulker boxes are sorted and things, I thought it'd be a good idea to sort out my ender chest, okay? Because I dumped my redstone shulker box in here, and then I thought to myself, you know what, this is terrible. You know, we're almost 2 years into this Hermitcraft season. I can't believe, look at this. I have 5 composters in there. Makes 0 sense to have, like, why do I even have those in there? That kind of makes sense. Those are relatively useful items. This is okay. But it's just a bit of a mess. And I was kind of looking in this section here. This is a part of my base that is never really going to work that well, because it functions unless you unload it. As soon as you unload it, then it starts causing all sorts of problems, and I don't want a system on my base that's like that. There's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. The actual redstone itself and the engineering is great. It works perfectly. It's the unloading that causes all sorts of issues, and that means that I can't really use it, because obviously I fly into my base, dump items, and fly out quite often. So I think we take the shulker boxes out of this part, and we actually put them inside my shulker box, or inside my ender chest, because all this stuff, can you imagine how useful it would be to have all this stuff just on me at all times? I mean, that would be amazing, and we could put some time into actually filling up these shulker boxes as well with the items, so that we're kind of set and ready, because I spend a lot of time going to and from my base, and I feel like if I was a little bit more like Iskall, and was able to just pull items out of my ender chest, it would just make my life a lot easier. So first things first, I would say Firework Rockets is a good way to go. I use tons of Firework Rockets. I'm always having to go back to my base to get more Firework Rockets. And how many will this do? You get 3 stacks per stack of paper. So that's more than enough to fill a shulker box already. I honestly don't know what I'd do if I didn't have some form of gunpowder farm. What? Are these all flight duration 3? This is back when I used to Cool, I really haven't used this shulker box because I've been using Flight Duration 1 now for probably around about a year. But anyway, as I was saying, I would say I likely go through around about 4, maybe 5 stacks of fireworks every single episode of Hermitcraft that I record. Can you imagine if I had to buy that every single time? I'd make a loss. I would genuinely make a loss. Another thing that I go through a ton of is golden carrots. That I probably go through maybe 2 or 3 stacks per episode, and I do actually buy those. I tend to buy them, it's 1 diamond per stack, pretty expensive. So I know for a fact that those villagers down there, the farmers, they actually sell golden carrots for 1 emerald per stack. That is... Wait, no, 1 emerald... Wait, hang on. It's 1 emerald for 3 golden carrots. That's not... I mean, 1 emerald per stack would have been great, because that's 27 emeralds for an entire shulker box worth. Fantastic. No, 1 emerald for 3. That's quite a lot. But we do have, if you just give me a second, we have quite a large quantity of emeralds. So we might as well put the time in, especially since I didn't win Demise and I now am not that rich. Yeah, I think we should probably do this. And I'm going to be totally honest, I really find these sorts of things quite satisfying. There's something fun about just doing large scale villager trading, especially when it's this easy. Like you just cruise around. I mean, I'm not making it look very easy here. You just cruise around, you're just right clicking, getting tons upon tons of stuff. I really like this new villager trading system. It's way better than the old one. People complained when it first came out. I love it. I think it's the best. So after around about half an hour's worth of trading, I would say we have got to be approaching a full shulker box now. We must be getting there. I mean, I have spent a decent amount of emeralds. Oh my goodness, we are so close. Alright, just a few more to go, and this should do it. Sweet. Okay, so that has saved us 27 diamonds there. That's no joke. Now, the wood box, I'm not entirely certain why I have it. Because, I mean, it's very rare that I need all the different types of wood. So what I thought I'd do, given that I have so many oak logs, I think I might just fill this box up with wood. Because the number of times I need crafting benches or sticks or just general wood for things like pistons and all that, just for crafting, I think it's probably better used maybe having that. Or maybe we just reduce the number of stacks of the other ones and just have it as the bottom row. I don't know. No, 100%. We're just going to have an oak box. Okay, so that is sorted. So that does all of our wood needs. Now, that has reminded me, though, another thing that I always need while crafting is iron. And now we have loads upon loads of iron. Seems sensible to carry a bunch of that, too. So let's get another shulker box and take it over to the industrial district. But actually, before we make our way over there, I thought it would be smart to recondition one of these shulker boxes and turn it into an emerald box. Have I actually used that many emeralds? I think at one point I had about 6 shulker boxes worth of emeralds. Wow. I've been doing a lot of trading. I tell you what, once this is done, and once we actually have a full ender chest set up that is actually decent and good, that reminds me, glass. Glass is a very important one. I always need loads of glass. But yeah, once we're set up with that, it's gonna make Minecraft playing so much more efficient. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. This is genuinely going to like half the amount of time that I spend just running around looking for resources in my base. It's going to be nuts. Now that we're set up with that, there's another thing that I've thought of that would also be intelligent. You know, I always struggle to light up my builds. Well, it's generally because I just don't have anything to light them up with, right? And I always forget about it, and then I don't do it. So, do I either use torches or do I use glowstone blocks? How much glowstone we got? Decent amount, probably enough to fill a shulker box. We do have a lot of sticks. How much coal do I have? Probably not enough. I can't remember the last time I went out and mined coal. Like, seriously, I probably only got about 3 stacks. So I guess that solidifies the fact that I am actually going to be doing glowstone. And now I have no excuse for not lighting up my builds. So if I now don't light up my builds, you have full permission to blast me down in the comment section, okay? Does anyone know what's going on here? Should I be wary of this? There seems to be a button just in the floor. It's just there. Half in the floor. That was weird. Anyway, I have remembered the fact that we've actually got glass in this super smelter down here, which means that this shulker box has actually been quite easy to fill. There we go, that was smart. I think it's also worth doing a bulk redstone shulker box. So maybe, I mean, I've got this shulker box right here. If we fill that in, then maybe do a handful of redstone blocks as well. Just because one thing that I do often run into is the fact that sometimes I'll be working on a redstone project that actually needs loads of redstone, then just my redstone shulker box doesn't quite have enough. So we can have a bulk redstone box as well as the general redstone box. I'm taking this ender chest stuff incredibly seriously. Right, next we've got the general item shulker box. So this is just stuff that I might need here and there. So I've got a few melons and pumpkins that I've just stocked up. I guess I would say, we should probably get me a bow in today's episode, shouldn't we? I've been meaning to do that for ages. Today is the episode that I do it, for sure. For any of you proper Hermitcraft fans out there, when was the last time that I actually had a bow? I am curious to know. I feel like it's probably around about 4, maybe 5, maybe even 6 months ago now. This is probably the best enchantment that I could get out of an enchanting table. Power 4, Unbreaking 3, that is a good, solid start. I'm trying to even think. So Infinity is definitely something that I would like. Flame, another power, because you want to be power 5. Punch? I'm trying to think of all the enchantments for bows. Unfortunately, I really don't have many in my little villager trading hall, so I'm going to have to go into Impulse's place, but by Jove, is this a bit dodgy. I hope there's no traps in here. Got scared then. Okay, I'm breaking. No. Punch. Okay, how much does this stuff cost, by the way? 2 diamonds each? Yeah, it's not too bad. No way! Impulse has actually taken the time to make this alphabetical. I appreciate that a lot. Oh, whoa! What? Does that... I think that means that Iskal won. Is Iskal dead? Dochem just logged in and died instantly. He blew up. He doesn't seem to have reacted at all. Oh, I suppose you guys know about this already. There's me thinking that I'm going out with breaking news. You guys know what's happened. Please tell me in the comment section. Anyway, this bow is now fully set up and sweet. It is looking good. It is working well. And also our ender chest is still coming together. What else do we need for this? I still feel like there's a few things. I came up with something. Oh yeah, a rock box. Like we totally need a cobblestone box. Because cobblestone is something, once again, crafting. You need it all the time for crafting. I never have it on me, especially as I'm like a silk touch only kind of guy. But I do think it's worth having a few. I reckon we have one that is for smooth stone, which I will die, don't worry. So we'll have one of those. We'll have one for cobblestone, which will be this one right here. And then we'll also have one for smelted up smooth stone, because I always need that for my builds too. This ender chest stuff is genius. Seriously, it's almost as if they've only just been introduced. And I'm just learning about it now. If someone were to ask me what is my favourite farm on the Hermitcraft server, this could be it. Just because of how ridiculous it is. Like, just look how much cobblestone is pouring into the centre there. I mean, it's just fantastic. Sure, okay, occasionally we might lose a little bit of cobblestone right there. But, oh, it's just the best. And in just that tiny amount of time, we managed to get about this much cobblestone. I mean, why would you not have one of these? Why would you not have one of these? I mean, there is literally no excuse. And I tell you what, there's no excuse not to have one of these either. I mean, everyone should have one of these. Maybe not this big. Like this might be a little bit overkill. Okay, I'll give you that. But everyone should definitely have one of these. Why is it? Yep, no, it is working. I got scared then. 128 or 140 furnaces? Yeah, 140 something furnaces all activating at once. I mean, just look at all these items flooding in. It's generally like, it's the best thing ever. You couldn't possibly not want one of these. Look, no, that can't be all of them done. That can't be all of them. I refuse to believe that's all of them done. That might actually be all of them done. It was all of them done. I forget how fast this thing is. It doesn't even give you the opportunity to talk. Anyway, it's currently in the process of refueling so that we can use it again multiple times. Now, we couldn't possibly do a big base cleanup episode without cleaning up this room. This is horrendous. I can't believe it's still... How long has this been like this? Because it feels like it's been a long time. It feels like it's been an embarrassingly long time. So, yeah, I mean, what do we need here? We need some white stained glass. Do I actually have all the stuff in my ender chest? This would be the biggest advert for me having an ender chest. I don't have the packed ice, so that's not the best start. But I do have some glass, but it's not dyed. Or maybe this ender chest stuff isn't as good as I thought it was. I don't know how to say this, alright? I've already lost one of the shulker boxes. The useful items shulker box is gone. I don't know where it is. I don't know why I thought, okay? Think about it. Think how often I lose my redstone shulker box, right? I only had one thing to look after. I only had one type... Is there? That is so embarrassing. How bad are my eyeballs? I was stood here for about 5 minutes going, it's gone. It's gone missing. It blended in with the white concrete. Oh, it's late. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft today. How much better does this room look now? I'd forgotten how nice this room was. In fact, I'd forgotten how nice this entire building was. Like, this is... When I built this, this was probably my favourite building in the entire area. I really, really like the way that it looks. I like the shape of it. I think it's cool. And now it's actually back to being normal and I don't fall into the water every single time I leave the nether portal. It's considerably nicer. My quality of life has definitely improved. Now I'm just trying to think, what else should I add to my ender chest? I have 2 more slots. I'm going to be honest, it's kind of driving me up the wall a little bit. I mean, I wonder if having more ender chests in my ender chest might not actually be a bad move. Like having a stack of ender chests there, that could be one of the slots. And then what else could we do here? It's kind of difficult. I don't want to fill it up with something pointless, that's for sure. But I definitely want to get it filled because then I'll feel really proud of myself that I've actually managed to successfully use my ender chest. I'll send a screenshot to Iskal. He'll be so proud of me. It might actually be worth taking some inspiration from this thing and having a bit of a base box going. Like, all of the stuff that I generally need for my base. So if I do actually blow up, like, a creeper hole or something like that, this could almost be my patch-up. This could be my patch-up shulker box. So this allows me to patch up creeper holes that I make in my base as I go. Yeah, that 100% seems like it will be very, very smart to do. Okay, I'm going to grab... What do we need? Cyan terracotta. Yeah, a little bit of white concrete powder, white concrete, quartz. The sea lanterns are going to be tricky, but... Yeah, all of this stuff is entirely doable. I'm honestly not 100% certain where I should get sea lanterns from anymore. Because Iskal doesn't sell them in his shop anymore. I'm guessing Sahara sold them in like Sahara Now packages, but I can't really buy those. Even though I am a member. I am a member. I bought my own membership. I should be allowed. Is there any just lying around? Sometimes you get lucky and you find some gems in some of these chests. Like all of those slime blocks, for example. I mean, do I really need them? I kind of do. I need to complete this shulker box. It's driving me up the wall. I guess I'll just have to send a message to Iskal for those ones because I don't fancy stealing from Sahara. That seems a bit unfair. Thankfully, I did manage to find about a stack scattered throughout my base, so this seems like a pretty good setup. I'm happy with that, so we can chuck that into my chest. We can also chuck my general items into my chest right here. I don't know what this is. Oh, I think these are the items that originally were in my shulker box. So, I guess they can just go straight into my storage system. That means that my base is fully cleaned up. I now have a full ender chest set up, so I can keep that on me. I'm going to ignore those guys. And, I mean, I'm kind of set. Like, I'm feeling really, really happy about my current setup. This seems like the best state that I've been in. This seems like I'm ready now to actually do some serious Minecraft projects and actually work efficiently as a member of the Hermitcraft server, as opposed to just bumbling around, trying my best to just go... Like, do you know how annoying it is going to and from your base because you've forgotten the most simple stuff? Now that I'm set up, I actually feel like I'm ready to go. Anyway, I'm going to fly around my base just quickly and spot anything else that needs doing, but I'm feeling good about this. It's looking a lot cleaner and a lot better, and get out of here. Having done a couple loops, everything is clear, everything is good, my base is looking brilliant. I really need... honestly, in an ideal world... I would do one of these episodes every 3 episodes because I feel so much better after them. Like, sometimes I come into my base and I get disappointed at myself. I'm like, You are just so messy, so chaotic. So having it clean and tidy, it just completely clears my head. Anyway, I really do hope that you enjoyed it. Next episode will be back to normal. But as I say, I hope you enjoyed and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya. Let me tell ya, I have been on the Hermitcraft server. Today has probably been one of my longest Hermitcraft days ever. I think I've been on the server now for... well, it's 1 in the morning now and I logged on at about 7 in the morning. How many hours is that? That's like 18 hours. My right hand, which is the one that I use my mouse, has gone to sleep.